Hey guys, so thank you so much for spending some time with me today. We're going to talk about a little bit of some hidden gems here that I feel like don't get a lot of recognition. Some of them are a little bit more well known than the others. We're going to go ahead and get diving into it. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Stephanie. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and we're just going to dive right into it. The very first one I have is by TOPSHOP, and I've featured this a few times on my channel. I've actually raved about this, I think, in some of my like monthly favorites and stuff, because I actually really do love this product. Of all of the products that I tried out, this one had to be the one that really stood out to me. I really love blushes, and the fact that this one was a matte blush really triggered me to want to play around with it even more. So this one here is the shade Game Changer, and they did have a few other different blushes to choose from as well. When I was on their website, I did notice that they were all matte blushes, so if you like matte blushes, this is definitely one to try out. Now, when I was on their website yesterday, they were on sale for half price, so they're normally $14, but you can get them for $7 as of the current price. I do have 4 primers to mention in this video, so let's start off with the first one, which is kind of a brand that has been more familiarized, I feel like, ever since they have been more well known into the Ipsy world, and I think maybe even BoxyCharm. I got them in our subscription service, and I've had them quite a few times in our boxes, so I've familiarized myself a lot more with the brand. And this is the YENSA Color and Face Tone Up Primer. This is their Essential Glow Primer. So they have 2 price points that you can choose from. They have a $15 one, which is their deluxe size version, and then they have the full size one, which is $35. Now, this is supposed to have 8 super block essences in it. I don't remember every single one that was in it, but I will list them right here for you guys to see. So it's supposed to be like really good for your skin, but as I would definitely say, my favorite thing about this product is that even though I'm a combo skin person, there's definitely times where my skin is super dry and dehydrated, or it just needs a little bit more moisture, and I definitely think that this provides it. I think that if you are dry skin, you would actually really like this and appreciate this, because it feels a little bit more like a moisturizer, and then when it goes on the skin, it gives a little bit more glowiness to the skin. It's not like dewy at all, where it's gonna like seep through your foundation and your skin's gonna feel super dewy. It gives a more youthful, more luminous glow to the skin, and I really appreciate that. I feel like it actually dries down on the skin pretty quickly. It absorbs into the skin really quickly, and even if you are oily, or you know, even if you are somebody who has oily skin, I don't feel like you would find this to be very sticky at all in the skin, and it does help make your foundation and everything last longer. So the next one I have is the STRIVECTIN Anti-Wrinkle Line Blur Factor, and this one here is actually one that I wish more people would talk about, because it is such a good primer. Now, when I think of STRIVECTIN, I think more of like skincare than I do of any sort of primer, and maybe that's the reason why a lot of people don't dive into this, because maybe they pass it by, because they're maybe when they're looking for makeup, they're not really looking at STRIVECTIN for any sort of makeup application products there. Reminds me a lot of the Tarte Clean Slate Primer, the one that comes in the pot, which you guys know is another one that is very much a favorite of mine. I really like this one because I feel like it has that same consistency as it, but it's a lot easier to blend out. It's a lot like softer in formula as well. So if you found that it was a little bit difficult to apply that Tarte one, but you like the way that it felt on the skin, I feel like this would be a very good comparison. This one does retail for $39. You can see that the like pores are just a little bit more blurred out than this side of my hand, and it just looks a little bit more well put together. And then the last one I have is the DHC Velvet Skin Coat. Now, this one here is only 0.52 ounces is what you get, and this is probably the priciest one. When I was like going through and doing my homework and like reading up on it, this one actually retailed for $45, so it is really pricey. But I was actually very impressed also by the amount of positive reviews that people had posted on their website. It had, I want to say maybe 4 out of 5, maybe even 4.5 out of 5 stars. The product, it kind of comes out a little crumbly when you apply it, but it's got that same exact feel and texture of like the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, of the Lancome La Base Primer, I think that's how you say it. It's got that same exact texture, but I do find that this takes a little bit longer to seep into the skin. but if you are looking for something to really, really minimize your pores and really get in there and really give your skin like more of a blurred application effect, this really works as well. The biggest con with this is just the price point, and there were people in the comments as well that talked about it, saying that they really like the product, they just wish that the price point wasn't so high, but you definitely need just a little bit, and a little bit does go a long way, so if that means anything. So let's drop down in price, because I brought you guys up so high in price point. Let's bring it down just a little bit, well actually a lot. We're going to talk about the AOA Studio highlighters. These here are the Volir light highlighters. I hauled a bunch of stuff from Shop Miss A, and if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out, because there were a lot of great products in there that I picked up in my collection that I was floored by. Like, I couldn't believe that I paid $1 for it, because it was definitely worth more than $1. But these two, makeup product wise, would definitely say that they were some of my best hits. I will say that the one thing I noticed with these was that the consistency of these were very inaccurate. Like this one here called Lucky, which I'm going to swatch first for you guys, is definitely more creamier than the other one. It's got a little bit more bounce to it, so it definitely feels a little bit more like a Super Shock shadow. And then you've got this one, which has got a little bit more of a drier formula. And this one here is called For You, and I actually liked this one better. I actually liked the drier formula a little bit more, because I found that it just worked a little bit better on my skin. But that's the only thing I would say from those. The takeaway is that the consistency was just a little bit off on it. I don't know if that's just with my particular products or all of them in general. These are really great. I like them. They're $1 a piece. They had quite a few different varieties to choose from, but if you're looking for a really good affordable makeup to purchase, try these out. I know we've talked about Winky Luxe products in the past. I've featured them here on my channel, and I'm sure you guys have heard of them here and there. One of the products that I really wanted to talk about, because I really love it, I think it's a really good product and it does a really good job at blending out, is their Winky Luxe Coffee Bronzers. Now they have 3 coffee bronzers to choose from. There's a latte, a mocha, and espresso. So they're all based off of coffees, which I think is so cute. If you don't like coffee or coffee beans, or you get like kind of a headache if you go into a coffee shop, this probably is not going to be the product for you. But if you love coffee and you love the smell of coffee, this is definitely a product to try out, because it is so good at blending out. It's got a really good amount of pigment to it. So my biggest recommendation with this product is just that you take your time when you're using this product, because I have gone very ham with this product and gotten a little too dark. And also I would say that if you think that you're one shade, I would start off with maybe the latte. Like if you're my complexion, I would definitely start off with the latte, because this is mocha, and sometimes I feel like mocha is even a little too dark for me. So I would definitely try out latte. So if you think you're one shade, probably go down one less shade, because they are just that pigmented. So the last palette I have is from the company called GADE Cosmetics, which I actually found through, or I actually discovered through Instagram. So this is their Everglow Metallic Palette. Sometimes I reach for this palette quite often, and I get it a little bit confused with the Glow Kits by Anastasia, so it's always a little bit of a pain for me to try to find. So you've got these 2 highlighters up here, and then this one's kind of like a blush, and then this one here is a copper shade. And then this is what they look like. And you guys, I will say that when I play around with these palettes, the amount of glow that you get from these colors is just unreal. Like, it is so easy to apply. It's definitely one of those formulas where it's a little bit difficult to just keep it light-handed, because it's just that intense. But if you like those, then I think you would really appreciate this palette. Since I don't have any highlight on the inner corner of my eyes, I'll go ahead and show you guys. But this is, I use the shade Platinum for the inner corner. And this is like no product with spray or anything. This is just the product itself. And just the glow that you get from it is so beautiful, so intense, and they're so easy to blend into the skin, and they don't look like they're sitting on top of the skin. They look like they're really just glowing into your skin, which I really do enjoy. Those there are kind of like my hidden gems. Some brands you guys do know of, maybe some brands that you haven't really heard of, but those for me are kind of like the spotlight products from the brands that I've tried. And let me know down below if you guys have a hidden gem that you really like that maybe doesn't get talked about a whole lot here on the YouTube or even in the Instagram world that you guys, you really like and you really enjoy. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you guys are new to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you guys didn't know, I do upload as much as possible Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but sometimes I'd like to do uploads, like daily uploads. So if you just keep your notifications on, that way anytime I do upload, you guys will get notified, and I will have some content here for you guys to check out. If you guys haven't seen any of my latest videos, they are right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.